and their passions. Today, I'm very excited to share that we are accepting applications for our Momentum Accelerator. This is our once a year flagship accelerator program that we do over the summer. It's for women who have been in business for at least a year and are really good at the thing that they do, but may not have the business background to make sure that the fundamentals and all the different things that you have to do to actually run a business in addition to doing the thing that you're really good at. This Momentum helps you with all of that, helps you with all the business foundations and growth strategies. So I am sharing for the next 12 days a tip a day, a business tip a day. And these are each aligned with a week in the Momentum program. So in week 1, the first session that we do, we talk about the problem that the business owners solve. So every business, you may have heard this said, every business solves a problem. Sometimes people say, or fills a need. So occasionally I hear, actually not so occasionally, I often hear that women are concerned that their business idea is not solving a big enough problem to make it a sustainable, successful business. So I want to address that today by telling you, you do not have to save the world to have a successful business. I like to think of the problems that are solved by businesses as big problems, medium problems, and small problems. So an example of a big problem that's being solved, one of our alums, she and her business partner have built this giant machine. I'm not really sure how giant it is, but I envision it to be very giant. It's called an electrolyzer. And what it does is it takes the greenhouse gases out of the air, and then it uses electricity and chemistry to change the gases into pure oxygen, which it then releases back into the atmosphere, and a compound that's used to create sustainable plastic. You probably know that plastic is normally made out of petroleum. This is a compound that helps create it sustainably. So they're basically solving the greenhouse gas problem. So this is a big problem. They are actually saving the world. However, you do not have to feel the pressure of having to solve as big a problem. So an example of a medium problem that is being solved by one of our alum is the problem of baby food. So when her children were little, she wanted to give them, of course, the best, healthiest food that she could. So she would go every weekend to the farmer's market and get the organic fruits and vegetables and then bring them home and cook them up and puree them and put them into these little pouches so that her kids could have, the healthiest baby food. And she realized that there are a lot of parents who also wanted to have this kind of food for their children, but they didn't have the time or the know-how or the equipment to do it themselves. So she turned this into a business. So that's, it's a big problem for the families for wanting to have their children have the best food that they can. But when you think sort of bigger picture, it's maybe what would you call a medium problem. So then an example of a small problem. Well, we have a woman who went through one of our programs. She makes jewelry, and one of the categories that she focuses on is jewelry that celebrates specific holidays. So she might have like a heart necklace for Valentine's Day or shamrock earrings for St. Patrick's Day. And so what problem is she solving? Well, she's solving the problem for somebody who loves to, dress up for all the holidays and really lean in. They need to have the jewelry that goes with it. Obviously, if you're wearing a shamrock sweatshirt and you don't have shamrock earrings, that's not great. So, right. So you need to have the shamrock earrings and the bracelet and the necklace, and all of it goes together. So it's a small problem, but you know what? She has really loyal customers and they love what she's doing. And she herself then can really experiment in this fun way with her designs. And so all 3 examples are successful businesses that solve a variety of types of problems, right? From big to small. So I want you to know, kind of as a mindset thing, but also as you think about the problems that you solve for your customers, which it's absolutely critical to know. I'm going to do it a little aside here. It's absolutely critical to know the problems that you solve for your customers. If you don't know and you can't tell them how you can help your customers, why in the world would they work with you, right? Why would they buy from you? And also for all of your marketing, all of your messaging, and what your conversations, your sales conversations, even at networking events, if you can describe the problem that your customers have and how it affects their life and how they feel having that problem, and then you can present them with your solution, that's a great match, right? You've made problem plus solution, perfect match. So again, for the mindset piece, I want to encourage you to believe that no matter what type of problem you're solving for your customers, you can have a successful business built around it. And I want to thank you so much. I would encourage you to check out Momentum Accelerator. It's I'll put the link below, but aviatraaccelerators.org/momentum. Would love to see your application for that program. And I will see you in the next video for business tip number 2. Thanks so much for joining today.